All right. Good morning. Who's ready for some more coding exercises? I know I am. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Cowboy. We're going to do some super fun coding challenges today. So buckle up, get your water, caffeine, nicotine, what other substances you need in the morning to get that brain going, because you're going to need it. All right. Without further ado, let's jump right back in. For those that were on my stream yesterday, thank you for your patience. Sorry for all the technical issues. Trying something different today. Seems that stream is running a little smoother today. Let's hope I didn't just jinx it. You'll also notice I added a new command. So now when something goes right, you can comment yippee, and that'll let me know you're rooting for me. Let's also fix the death count to 0. All right. Everyone ready? Awesome. So where we left off yesterday, I believe we were counting elements. We were getting a little iffy here, but I think we're up for some challenges. So let's try this max counters. Calculate the value of the counters after applying all alternating operations, increasing the counter by 1. Set the value of all counters to the maximum. Don't know what that means, but let's find out. All right. You are given n counters, initially set to 0, and you have 2 possible operations on them. You can increase the counter x is increased by 1, and max counter. All counters are set to the maximum value of any counter. A non-empty array A of m integers is given. I love how they just keep throwing more and more letters in here. This array represents consecutive operations. If a of k equals x, such that 1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to n, then operation k is increase x. If a of k... Oh, howdy, princess. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. So, if we have our array a of k is equal to n plus 1, then the operation k is max counter. Initially, we're trying our best to do some of these coding challenges without any AI. You've heard of vibe coding? This is spike coding. So we're given these challenges that we have a certain time limit to solve, and it needs to be as efficient as possible. This question, I have no idea what it's asking. We have 2, okay, you're given n counters. So we have a certain amount of counters, all set to 0. Okay. N is our counters, all start at 0. We have 2 operations to either increase, whichever counter we're given increases by 1, or max counter. All the counters are set to the maximum value of any counter. So we either max it out or just increase. I think that's what we're being asked here. Okay, So if we have n equals 5, our array A is here. Oh yeah, by the way, feel free to ask any questions. If I can help explain, maybe that'll help me too. So if n equals 5, and we have this array, the values of the counters after each consecutive operation will be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So why are there 7 operations? If a of k equals x, such that 1 is less than or equal to n, or 1 is less than equal to x, then the operation k is increase. If a of k is n plus 1, then the operation is max counter. Oh, okay. So I think what we're saying here is each item we have to check if it hits this rule. So let's go ahead and grab that. Let's throw that into our commented code over here. So we can do, let's replace x with a of k to make it look a little nicer for us. Okay. This is making a little sense. A little more sense. Let's just have the quick function increase x. And then we just return x plus 1. So if a of k is equal to n plus 1, then operation is max counter. If a of k is equal to n plus 1, then k is max counter. So we have our array here, I believe. Well, let's see. Array A. Okay, so we have 7 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 things here. Given integer n equals 5, the value of the counters. Oh, okay, 5 is the number of counters we have. Right. So we have to, 1, make a list of zeros, or how many counters we have. And then 2, iterate through our array for operations on the counters. Does that make sense? Whatever, I can't spell. Oh, I forgot. Let's see, is suggestions still up to you? There we go. All right. So iterate through our array for the operations on the counters, and that's either going to be increase or the max. Right now, I'm just trying to get the basic idea of what I think we want to do. And if we can get that working, then we can try to make it a little more efficient later. Make sense? So let's just have another definition max counter. And that's, I think that just sets the maximum number to each counter. All right, let's not get too down into weeds here. So we'll need to quickly be able to find out which number in our counter is the highest number. Now, I'm going to quickly look up Python counter because, yeah, collections counter is a built-in class. So with this, we'll be able to use some like built-in things, I think. I'm not super familiar with this function, but I saw it somewhere recently. Counter class is a special type of object data set provided with the collections module. Okay, so from collections, import counter. Geeks for geeks. Creating a counter class object using a string as an iterable data container. Creating the element of the counter object. Geeks. We can also create a counter class object list as an iterable data container. Okay. And I'm lost. All right, let's just get back to what we were doing. I think we're on the right path. Let's see. So let's start with for counters in We just have to loop like 5 times to make this little list of counters equals an empty list. Or x in range 0 to n. Okay. We want counters that append 0. Yeah, because all the counters start at 0. We'll just do a quick print, because I don't trust computers, so we gotta see. All right, so we have our list of 5 counters. That's being made correctly. So now we can do for x in A, which is our array. So our first instruction is 3. So position 3 needs to be incremented by 1. So we want to do, I'm just going to have this max counter thing as a separate if statement. So if x is greater than n, let's put a comment here for now, max counter, and we'll just pass. And then, because what's our other option? It has to be greater than or equal to 1, but less than n. Is there a time? Okay. Each element in the array is an integer within the range of 1 to n plus 1. So it's safe to assume it's going to be more than 1. N and m are integers within the range of 1 to 100,000. All right. So if it's greater than n, we'll do the max counter thing. Otherwise, we can assume that we can just index on our list of counters. Whatever x is. Can we just do plus equals 1? Cool. Okay. The function should return 32242 as explained above. So 3 would be increase, the index on 3. We increment that value by 1. Next is position 4. So we increment that by 1, do it again. And then we have max counter here at 6. So we need a way to quickly and efficiently find out what has the highest number. What do we think, chat? I wanted, okay, so brainstorm in here. I want to be like, just have a variable in this little loop, like what's our highest number? But I can't think of a way of like grabbing that properly, you know? I'm sure this library is going to be useful if we look up the answer, but we're not doing that. We're doing spite coding. We gotta be angry. We gotta be hard at AI. That's not what I meant. What I mean is like, we gotta challenge AI. So how do we find the highest value of a list? And then we just gotta update each item in that list. Sounds simple enough. If we sort the list, maybe? We have counters dot. What built-in functions do we have? Count, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, sort. Okay, so sort is one of these items. Reverse, reduce, size of, string. Let's see. Find the highest value in a list. Python. No AI. Python list max. To find the maximum value in your list. Is this just a built-in function? Oh, okay. Yeah, so we can just do max of our collections and then just set all of it to that. So there's literally a max function. So we'll be able to find the value here. Then we just have to update all the counters. Okay. Dash max counter, and we'll take our value and the array for counter in A. You're going to iterate and make counter equals X. Why does that not sound right? What am I missing here? I think that does it. You know what? Like I always say, test in production. So let's just go ahead and give it a shot. So here we want to do all our counters. And X is going to be our max of counters. Sure, why not? And then at the end, we just return counters. Looks a lot simpler. Yep, nope, never mind. Okay. Counters indexed at X plus equals 1. Brilliant. So we need to update the value. Maybe we just counters X plus 1. Yep. No, please. Oof. List index out of range. Oh, okay. So for X and A, which is our array here, what if we just quickly do if X is less than N, and then we'll just throw our function in there. Okay. We're at least getting answers back. What are we doing wrong? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 counters. We expected this, but only got this far. So we're not updating the right numbers either. Because this one should have updated this value, not this one. So is it just off by one? What am I? How? Let's. Okay. Start. We know that this top part is fine. We're getting the right amount for our array. For X and A, so each value that we have in our array, we want to index because we're given n equals 5. Oh. This is going to seem dumb, but you need to do x plus 1 because indexes start at 0. So we have to do counters x plus 1 equals counters x plus 1. See a little subtle difference there. Just a little tweak of the code. Son of a. Shoot a duck. List assignment index out of range. Okay. So I'm assuming, which makes a you-know-what out of a you-know-what. When we do this, x is less than n. Wait. Are we in line 34? Okay, yeah. So it is this specific thing we're trying to do. Why can't it just be simple? Because then it wouldn't be a challenge. Oh. Where are we going out? If You know what? I'm just going to print X. So maybe we'll be able to catch what the value is before it dies. Yep, right there, 4. It's the second 4. List assignment index out of range. Yeah, so it's the second 4. 4th position, which is really the 5th position. Print counters as well, because something's... Okay. Actually, let's print... Oh. What happened? Let's print the counters after we update the value. So now we should be able to see. Okay. How are we updating this one so far away? We're supposed to be updating this one. 0, 1, okay. It's not +1, it's -1. Because we need to index correctly. So it's counters x minus 1 equals counters x plus 1. I think, okay, we went further this time. Okay, we updated the 3rd counter. We updated the 4th. And we didn't update this one. Why? Oh, hold on. Is it because I still have to do that? Otherwise, we're not indexing correctly? Okay. Different values are being updated. Okay. So we update position 3. We update position 4. We update position 4 again. We update position 1. We update position 4. We update position 4 again. Okay. I think we have the first half done. I think we're having issues with max counters. How? I'm not sure. 4 counter in A. Counter equals X. Okay. Let's break this down a bit. So, our highest counter is going to equal the max of counters at that moment. Right, because this is at 3. So once we have that highest value, we need to do for X in counters. The can I just say X equals highest? Is that going to properly update? Worth a shot. Let's see. The answer is no. The code was angry. It didn't like that. So we need to loop through and update each one. It doesn't matter. For X, can we just do X in range of... There's got to be an easier way. Set tire list to value Python. No AI in Python, how to set multiple values of a list. 0. Ooh. I didn't even think about using it like that. Let's see if we can try that way. Because then if we don't need those stinking for loops. We can just do counters. The entire thing equals highest. Okay. Getting closer. Producing output might have caused your... Yeah, I doubt it. Don't worry. Int object does not support highest. Support item assignment. Equals size? No. No. Int object is not subscribable. Okay, so we're not indexing correctly here. What can we do? You know how many times we had to loop through? Because we have n. Let's just do for y in range of 0 to n. Counters y, so indexing on 0 equals highest. Okay. Okay. We got our solution. We can remove these print values. Now we can try and make this a little more efficient if possible. Something tells me looping through that many times can't be good. Also, do we even use the other two functions? No. But they were helpful to figure it out. Let's see. This. Because I'm worried about it hitting this kind of big number, and that's not going to be able to be quick enough, I think. What are we missing here? simple instructions. We're using the built-in function here. It's just looping twice, though? Let's see, maybe... So that's our test. Sure. And then we'll just do... this over and over again. Big number, better person. That's what I always say. Do a test case. Turn value. Okay, 50,000. Please? I think we might be good. Let's go ahead and submit. See how efficient we are. I don't have high hopes for this one. Fingers crossed, though. Okay, we spent 40 minutes on this. I think we did figure it out. We only had to look up that built-in function. About 55. I mean, okay, correctness, we got 75. Like I said, I figured performance would be a little low. I got 0, expected 3. Got 0, expected... What are you talking about? Only 1 counter. Yeah, that's why I figured we'd run out of time. Okay, but not bad. Again, it's no AI. Let's see. You guys up for one more? Let me try... Oh, there's so many. So many lessons, so little time. Stored in, stacks and queues, leader. Find an index of an array such that its value occurs at more than half of the indices in the array. Okay. Maximum slice prime. What? I can't even read what that says. Count semi-primes. This sounds familiar. There are n chocolates in a circle. Count the number of chocolates you will eat. Easy. All of them. Done. We've been going on for about an hour. I think it's probably time to call it. I think that was a good, tricky uh, code to try out, but we got there in the end. It wasn't as efficient as possible, but I'm proud of us. I think we did a pretty good job. Fibonacci numbers, binary search algorithm. I mean, I feel like this might be really good for us to go through. Divide an array A into k blocks and minimize the largest sum of any block. Who needs these functions? How is this helping people? Greedy algorithms. Non-overlapping segments. Tie adjacent ropes to achieve the maximum number of ropes length. It's greater than or equal to k. Yeah. I'm thinking Arby's. I mean, I'm thinking we might need to call it there. It's Friday. We've burned our brain out all week. I think we can switch gears and take some time. Let's go ahead and call that a day and pop you guys over into another channel. Let's see who we can raid. That's computer archive. This sounds interesting. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid this guy. Don the developer. He's using a thing called boot.dev to learn Python. So it should be pretty similar to what we're doing. All right. So to everyone that was available on stream, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you learned something. And catch you next time. Don't forget to follow me and subscribe for more. Almost forgot that part. All right. Peace. Wait, it's thing. All right. I did. Yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Okay.
It is just 9
done.
days. Cool.